Hello everyone, welcome back to Not Enough Cooks. Today we're playing I'm gonna be for real. Hydrangea? I think we nailed that. It's about a game where your sweetheart fell ill with a mysterious illness. Thankfully you changed your mind about breaking up with them. And now you're even closer to them. Too close. Yeah, well, we'll see about that. Little do you know, I have issues. This story is fiction, but the feelings expressed in it are not. Remember, there's a human behind the words you read. Well, that looks pretty colorful. Okay, I got the flowers. There's no need to be nervous. As I walked up to the 4th floor of my local hospital's east ward, I was greeted by the sight of the mostly empty hallway. The weight of the flowers in my hands did little to alleviate the knot of nervousness tightening in my stomach. My sweetheart recently fell ill with a rare disease. I've been coming to visit them every day since the day of the hospitalization. Hospitals are not fun places. I'm still not used to walking around here. It feels like invading someone's home. Excuse me, who are you? Are you visiting someone? A nurse exiting one of the rooms raised an eyebrows as she spotted me nervously walking around. I took a deep breath, attempting to steady my nerves. Sorry, my name is... We're gonna go, the normal route. We're gonna be, This is a hard decision indeed. I think we're just gonna go with APOC though. Clearly we have to go for the female. My sweetheart's name is Yua. Alright, let's continue. Oh. APOC. Yua is staying at room 402, right over here. With a nod, she gestured towards the room, granting me permission to enter. A hospital, man. Entering the room, the stark contrast between the dull tones of the hallway and the vibrant hues within made my smile bloom. The early morning filtered through the curtains, casting a glow upon the surroundings. Thank you for coming to see me again. Yua greeted me warmly, a smile dancing on her lips as she waved from the comfort of her bed. I carefully arranged the small banquet of hydrangeas? We're gonna say hydrangeas, man. I did not know that was a type of flower. I apologize. Her favorite flower into the vase beside her bed. Of course. How are you feeling, Yua? Yua forced a weak smile. Her features were looking less pale than the last time I came to visit. The room, adorned with flowers and gifts, exuded a warmth that seemed to be working wonders for her recovery. And if the empty food tray on her lap tells the truth, then Yua has recovered her appetite as well. I can't stand being in here for a second longer. Yua lamented with a hint of sadness, casting a disdainful glance at the thin sheets covering her body. Every day, it's the same thing. Tests and more tests. Experts that come to examine me like I'm some kind of exhibition at a zoo. Holy, I'm sorry. She dying for real. As Yua spoke, a sudden fit of coughing seized her, and petals of flowers scattered in the air. The coughing's not gone? It's okay. Don't worry. Yua reassured me, wiping away the flower petals that clung to her face. Once again, she summoned a weak smile. I'm weak to that smile. I know it'll go away soon. Yua has not been able to leave the hospital at all ever since the symptoms first began. with you by my side. It was only yesterday that the hospital staff was able to confirm a diagnosis. I feel like I can do anything. I must stay by her side, no matter what. Through every exam and medication or procedure, until she can leave the hospital and go back to a normal life. After all, you love me, don't you? Of course I do. I love you too. It's my fault that she's sick, because I was foolish enough to doubt her. And now she's here, being poked and prodded, suffering through unimaginable pain. It's my fault. I'm sorry, Yua. I'm sorry. Please, don't be sad. But, even though I'm an idiot, Yua accepts me and comforts me. Yua is the one who cannot leave her bed, yet here I am, holding back the tears threatening to spill down my cheeks. Shh. There. It'll be alright. Yua held her hand close to her chest and patted it softly as she whispers reassurances. The only reassurance I have is that I'm gonna have a stroke. This is a charm my mom would do to me and my sibling when we were anxious. The fabric of her thin gown clung to her frame, fragile and delicate as if it might dissolve with the lightest touch. In the midst of this vulnerability, Yua maintained a gentle expression. It will be okay. It will be okay. It will be okay. You know, I'm thinking we actually really are cooked these days. It's not okay. An endlessly kind and understanding person like her still gazes at me with such affection. She stroked my hand half a dozen times and pressed her lips against my palm. There you go. All your anxieties are fading away. I took it all out. If only it was that easy. You feel lighter now, don't you? As soon as she said that, I found myself letting out a breath I did not know I had been holding. The air feels clearer. See? The charm never fails. Just being with her is a blessing. The sun's setting. I have to leave or the nurses might kick me out again. Ooh, that's a tough choice. We're gonna save here. There we go. I mean, clearly, we should just let her rest, right? But she wants to say something? For now, I think we're gonna go with the basic option of 1. I have to get going now, Yua. I reluctantly announced, a heavy sigh escaping my lips. Yua's gaze dropped to the hospital sheets. I understand. See you later. I approached the door, its hinges creaking softly as it swung open. Turning back one last time, my gaze lingered on Yua, who offered a smile. She waved. Bye-bye. I'll be okay. The medicine is helping tons. Let me know what you learn in class and teach it to me when you come back. Okay? A nod of agreement passed between us, and I mouthed an apology. Bye. I mean, it's not bye for good though, right? Hey, did you hear about the patient at room 402 over at the East Wing? That's the one with the rare illness? That's it. Everyone at the attendings lounge is talking about it. Excuse me. I bumped past the noisy staff blocking my way to the hospital's cafeteria. If there's one thing that I've learned those past days I've been going to and from this facility is that there's no end to the gossip. A lot of what I overhear is from this very place. While waiting for their turn in line, doctors and nurses alike seem to be unable to keep to themselves. That's a HIPAA violation, by the way. Just saying. Doctor-patient confrontation. Confidentiality is dead in this building. What else is dead? My heart. Do you think it's the person who's been visit? I quickly popped down a lackluster meal of mashed potatoes and an old hamburger onto my plate. An old one? What? Ew. Hospital food is completely tasteless. Those bleak white walls manage to drain every bit of flavor from the ingredients in each meal. Not that I have much of an appetite lately. Nah, bro. Just gotta overeat. Just bulk. Bulk for life. To my shame, I didn't believe Yua's claim to the diagnosis at first. The very concept of such a bizarre illness existing outside of the world of fiction sounded bizarre, and even unscientific. Until I heard it from the several doctors looking after her with my own ears, I've heard Yua over and over again. Real. The fact swims and swirls around my brain over and over in an endless loop. The weight weighs down my shoulders and sends a searing pain through my chest. It's all my fault. I'm the one that did this to her. Hey, are you not eating that? The voice interrupted my self-reflection, pulling me back to the present. I looked up rapidly at the source of the voice that had called out to me. For a single moment, I thought I was seeing things. My friend name? Okay, seriously? You and Yua? Nah, bro, we gotta think of a better name. We gotta cook up something. Shit, dog. I think we're gonna call him Mike. Oh, I was gonna say from accounting, but that's unfortunate. I'll just go with Mike. But what I had thought at half a second between where my brain and eyes managed to connect, of course it was impossible. Apoc, when was the last time you had a proper meal? It was not Yua that stood before me, but her sibling. Still wearing the school uniform, I don't understand why they're here. Probably to visit their damn sister, bro. What? I'm fine, Mike, from accounting. You're driving yourself sick. Please try to eat a little. No, I'm not sick. Yua is sick. Yua is sick. Yua is the one that needs help. Do you think Yua would want you to starve yourself? I remained silent. Mike sat down in front of me, pointing sternly at the messy goop that was the cafeteria's attempt at a portion of mashed potatoes. Sounds like my life. Mike has always been like this ever since I first met them in Yua, but now their unusual behavior infuriated me. Why haven't you visited Yua? Oh, I guess that's why I was asking why the fuck he was here. The hamburger is pretty good once you get used to the tomatoes. Try it. That's cap. If it's old, ew. Also, tomatoes are gross on hamburgers, bro. Just why? They ignored my question. Of course they did, bro. The person at the reception desk told me that I'm the only one who's come to see her today. Right. Part-time job excuse is not going to work this time. I know very well that this is one of Mike's free days. What are you doing here? Showing concern for me, yet none at all for their sister. If it were my family, I would not be leaving you aside for a second. There's also their father who hasn't been here either. It makes no sense. Apoc, have you researched about the illness? I asked, finally meeting my eyes. Why do you ask? Do you care at all? We were close, Mike and I. It's thanks to them that I was able to confess my feelings to Yua, and with their support we began to go out. But now looking at them, I feel our relationship has become one lower than strangers. The days when I consider them my closest friends feel like another lifetime. The anger that simmered within me traveled from my chest to my fingers. I'm gonna point at him. Oh! No! Oh, I thought he slapped me. Okay, I was gonna put up them hands. Mike. Or accounting. Mike recoiled. The impact sent some of my food spilling onto the table. I grimaced. Fuck, man, my brain is so rotten. I'm not gonna about to say grimace shake over and over again. was not my intention to create a scene. I'm not speaking to you until you apologize to Yua. My voice shook, my hands clenched into fists, longed to grab and shake Mike's shoulders until I realized the gravity of the situation. It was a need so guttural, so raw, I'm gonna say we're gonna be polite here, you know. He's probably, there's something, right? Something's gonna be going on. I'm sure he has his reasons, right? Somehow I held myself back. This situation has affected me in ways I never thought possible. I can't let my emotions get the best of me. I'm not that kind of person to push or pull others around. I am. I have to go home. I got up and turned around. Wait, you have to hear me out. Yua needs you to. Go see her. Let's make a deal then. Mike said, crossing their arms. I raised an elbow at them. I'll see you if you go to class tomorrow. You're kidding. No, the teachers and our classmates are worried about you. You've skipped 3 days straight. You know, this reminds me of one time in high school where I got the most detentions without getting like expelled or suspended. And that's because I kept sleeping in class. Or like being late. It's so fire being late. You miss all the boring stuff. You don't have to stay for class. Just go see them and explain what's going on with you. I couldn't believe my ears. You're only going to see your very sick family member if I go to school. Do you hear yourself? Their family. When we met, they got along just fine. I'm leaving. Mike called out, but it was evident that the deal was not happening. They shook their head, looking down at the remains of my meal on the table. Mike's gaze never left my back as I walked away. I ignored it. The building's exit was right nearby, and I made my way towards it. In hindsight, I probably should have saved it the choice, right? Ugh. You know what? It's probably fine. Somehow, my feet, heavy with guilt and regret, brought me to the hospital's exit. I understand now what's really important to me. Yua. If I had realized this before, she wouldn't have gotten so ill. Everything else, the trivial concerns that preoccupied my mind, paled in comparison. It all comes second to her happiness. I wish someone cared about me that much, damn. Maybe one day. Who am I kidding? We're cooked. The following day arrived. A sense of urgency propelled me to Yua's room as soon as the hospital's regulations permitted. Regulations? They got no fucking regulations. They've been violating that HIPAA. You know, I used to work at a medical facility. We had HIPAA. I had to learn HIPAA. These doctors don't know HIPAA. About to hippopotamus them ass. Hi there. Came to see her again? Upon my arrival, the same nurse from the previous day greeted me with a warm smile. Yeah. The nurse helpfully opened the door for me. I can get the door myself. I'm my own independent man. Come visit. Won't come visit. Come visit. Won't come visit. Today, Yua wasn't finishing a meal like last time. Instead, I spotted her plucking the petals off of one of many flowers she was gifted. Hey, you really like fortune-telling charms, huh? Oh, that's a red flag. That's the only red flag I've seen so far. I ventured into the room, breaking the Candace nuts fit in your mouth. Of Yua's ritual. Hey, Puck, don't spook me like that. Unbeknownst to her, I had already taken the liberty of arranging the new bouquet of hydrangeas in a vase. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you. He carefully set down the flower, shaking her head. I can't help it. It's the only thing that calms me down. Fortune telling has always been Yua's chosen way of calming her nerves. Calming. She likes it a lot. Again, it's just a big red flag. You know, the biggest one out of this entire novel so far, if I have to say so. You told me they aren't always correct, though. Yes. On the day that we started going out, my flower fortune-telling had told me it wouldn't work out. Even if the result is bad, I'll feel calmer because I know what to prepare for. It's not the results I care about. It's more about the relief it gives me. The sincerity in her words resonated with me, prompting a soft chuckle. You were prepared to see me? Whoa, what the hell? I just read words that didn't exist, bro. We're hallucinating. You were prepared for me to not like you back? Yeah. That very morning I wrote down a script of how I would react so I wouldn't start crying right away. Cute. Mike was so annoyed, they had to convince me to leave the script at home and be myself. The mention of Mike's name made my smile falter. They didn't want me to say it out loud, but you noticed the change immediately. She leaned in closer. Are you still fighting with Mike? I didn't want to bring this up. He was going through enough already. I shouldn't rub in her how her family doesn't care enough to visit. I guess? I shrugged. That's a shrug. Oh, a bomb. Yo! That's disrespectful. A gentle impact on my head jolted me, courtesy of Yua, wielding the remains of the flower that she had been plucking. Hit her back. Be a man. Hey, I protested. A man in Lego City needs your help. I protested, rubbing the spot where the floral assault had landed. You can't fight. You're best friends. But they haven't been visiting you. I'm upset, aren't you? No bonking. I laughed at her clumsy attempt to call me out, but Yu wasn't finding it very funny. I need me a girl that would bonk me. You need to make up with Mike. It's not right that you're still not talking, but please? 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 Chowder, what the fuck? Okay, I'll talk to them. You know, we're gonna be normal. Fuck, I should have saved. It's fine. We'll do it for her. When Nia makes a request with those big puppy dog eyes, I can't say no. We don't know what's going on in their head, and knowing my sibling, they're worried about things they shouldn't be thinking about. When I get out of here, I want things just like they were before. Including the three of us hanging out and laughing together like family. We were close and consider them my best friend. That's the truth. You know, one of my best friends got married and they're having a party tomorrow. And I have a bet with another best friend of mine that we're gonna try out and avoid his mother-in-law as much as possible because we heard she's really social. So we're gonna head over there at the same time and just duck and weave, you know? Yesterday, I was so angry. Oh, yawn break. Sorry, it's like 3 a.m. Yesterday, I was so angry. That fact didn't move me at all, but now I understand. I should apologize. I was not nice to them at the cafeteria. Mike and their father must have their own circumstances. See, that's what I was saying, dog. I'm glad you agree. It's thanks to you that I can see that now. It's thanks to you that I can live. She's my angel. I can't believe I ever thought otherwise. You know, this line of thinking sounds really familiar and very dangerous. Do you love me? Of course I do. I love you too, so much. This ritual that we do of confirming the love we hold for each other, I believe it is helping Yua's symptoms steadily getting better with each visit. I can see from Her complexion, the color is returning to her cheeks day by day. Nah, isn't that sweet? That is why I have to keep going. Even if I miss out on some sleep or homework or class, that's not as important. Little by little, I'll build back the trust I took away from you. After the heartfelt conversation with you, I bid my goodbyes for the moment. Gulp. Oh shit. She's dying. Why? She's not actually gonna die, right? Nah, you can just go back to happy music after that. Are you kidding me? Brother. Hey, are you not eating that? This time I didn't bother to head to the cafeteria. Instead, I found myself following a particularly rowdy group of patients up the emergency stairs to the rooftop. Okay. Seems odd. I had no idea this place was accessible at all, or that the patients were allowed here. Yeah, man, you can just hop over that fence. There's no barbed wire. Do it. Be a man. I had no idea. Oh, I just read that. Yeah, we're cooked in the brain. Although decorated with plants and seating furniture, the tall barriers all over the edges of the roof spoke a story. I chose not to ponder too much on it. Oh, well, speaking of which, the patients heading here were, of course, looking for a place to smoke. I see nothing but smokers up here. Patients in hospital gowns and what I assume are visiting their families. Ooh. Still, I already prefer this place to the cafeteria. No gossiping staff. I can handle the stench. I cannot, bro. Smoking's fucking disgusting, man. I like my cancer strawberry flavored. Among the smokers I spotted. Oh, hell no. Kick that fucking cigarette out of his hand. Used twin caught red-handed with a lighter on their hands. I think it means in their hands, but you know. I approached them with a questioning glance. Really? With their uniform on? Really, neighbor? I knew they smoked. It was a badly kept secret. The response came with a nonchalant shrug. We're graduating at the end of the year. It's fine. But smoking in public with our uniform on is just asking for trouble. I need to say something. Yua, by the way, convinced me to make up with you. Mike's eyes widened in surprise and a flicker of sadness appeared on their face. Yua did. It wasn't something you thought of yourself. Your action is not what I expected. Do you not want to make up with me? No, I don't want to fight with you. I'd like everything to go back to normal. That's what Yua wants too. Something went on between them and they're not speaking, but they are twins. Mike scoffed, diverting their gaze away from me and fixating it upon the sky. Despite sister's severe health issues, Mike maintained an outward calmness devoid of any overt anger or profound distress. You know, some of this phrasing, bro, makes my brain scramble. So I'm just speaking words that don't actually are there to make it sound better. I've never seen them raise their voice or cry. They're the complete opposite to the sensitive Yua in that way. Yua, who has trouble studying and tearfully asks for help before tests. She's too cute for anyone to get mad at, though. I can send you my notes from class. You missed a lot. Thanks. I'm serious, man. You're not gonna do well on our finals if you don't get it together. You shouldn't let go of everything else in your life to take care of Yua. Mike cautioned, a furrow forming on their forehead. I'll be fine if you teach me. Mike has some of the best grades in the entire year. It's rare not to see them with a textbook in hand. Oh, hopeful grin tugged at my lips. A couple study sessions with you, and I'll be good. For the first time, Yua's hospitalization, Mike smiled. I can't do miracles, bud. Shit. He knows we're cooked. Even if I ask nicely? You can't pull that one on me. I grew up with Yua's expert baking techniques. Real nicely. Small grin played on their face. Shut up. You shut up. I rolled their eyes, smirking. I'm gonna come back stronger than ever, with your grades rubbing off on me. I'm gonna bask in some of the light of his glory. I'd like to think my genius is contagious. Shit, can I get through this visual novel? I need it right now. Mike replied, pretending to examine their nails with a mock arrogance. Aha, ha, ha, ha. Our usual back and forth. Ha 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 ha. For that moment, where we both laughed out loud, it was as if the awkwardness from our previous encounter had dissolved into air. That's nice. The only thing missing from this is Yua quietly giggling alongside next to her sibling. I really hope that we'll have a chance to hang out like this, all three of us, for a long time to come. Hey, Puck, answer me honestly. Something honestly. Yeah? Mike turned to me. Are you sure that you still like Yua that way? The question caught me off guard. I hesitated, my mind racing to articulate a response. What do you mean by that? We're gonna save here. We're actually gonna save here. What do you mean? What do you mean? If I'm sure, of course I am. You and I love each other. I jerked the cigarette to the floor, extinguishing it under their foot. You didn't sound like you agreed with that before the hospitalization. The implication hung in the air, prompting me to shake my head in disagreement. I cast my gaze downward, as if the remnants of the discarded cigarette were the most fascinating thing in the world. Damn, look at these shoes, though. Hey, Puck. I understand you feel bad, like me. You've read up about this illness and its rumored causes. I've been watching you starve yourself, skip classes, ignore our friends, all to take care of you. Tell me, have you talked about the breakup since then? Oh, just pretend it doesn't exist. It's fine, you know? A hushed silence fell over me. Oh no, the music stopped. Hey, Puck. Mike uttered my name with a gentle yet firm tone. I haven't. I confessed, my voice barely above a whisper. You should talk to you about it. Get your feelings about that sorted out. Don't let it linger for too long. Your well-being matters too. I don't think that's a good idea. You will get upset again, and it might worsen her symptoms. Conflicting emotions tugged at me. On one hand, the concern for Yua's well-being was paramount. On the other, the undeniable truth was that Mike cared deeply for Yua and wanted what's best for her. You know, sometimes in life, you have to come to realize that you can love someone and not be with them. Like, just things don't work out, different priorities, and that's okay. For me though, no, I'm an obsessed fucking ass. No, I'm kidding. I think it's worth a try. I'll try. I responded tentatively. Frankly, I wish I had never attempted to break up with you at all. It was a mistake. If it were up to me, I'd pretend it never happened. That's what I'm saying, dog. Just, it never happened. But Mike has a point. Leaving things unsaid is not good for either of us. I mean, that's the healthy thing to do, you know? I don't want to do that. You will? I don't want to look back on that day. Yeah, I'll try, okay? I will. Every time I think of it, I feel ashamed, upset, guilty. Alright, I'll trust you. It's my fault Yua is sick. I want to try and make it better. Maybe Mike's advice is what we need. Damn. Mike is so real for that. So real for that king. Mike and I spent a quiet time together until we went our separate ways. The fluorescent lit corridor stretched out endlessly as I made my way towards Yua's room. The usual hustle and bustle of the hospital hushed to a mere whisper, leaving only the rhythmic beat of my own heart in my ears. I arrived at the door, marked with Yua's room number, hesitated, my hand hovering over the handle. Nervous. On the way here, I had mentally rehearsed the words that needed to be spoken. I'm afraid of what could happen if I said them out loud, yet I know I have to. With a deep breath, I entered the room. She's dying. Oh, no, okay. As I pushed the door, a smile jumped at me. Hey, Pox, you're back. A knot of worry tightened in my stomach. Man, I hate that feeling, bro. One of my concerns lingered in the back of my mind. The fear that by delving into the past, I might inadvertently stir up resentment or anger in Yua. The weight of responsibility pressed upon me. Her dad hasn't been coming by, neither has Mike. If not for me, you would get lonely. Did your friends from the club come by while I was away? Just by looking at the rooms, my fears are sated. Yeah, the music teacher came too. You just missed them. The get well soon balloons and presents and the letters I helped put up on the walls, they're all proof that Yua has people by her side. I've been so consumed by guilt, I wasn't able to see that. Yua is very loved by many people. How's the club doing without you? We don't have any performances coming up until the end of the year, so they told me I don't have to worry and should focus on getting better. Yua reassured me, her eyes glancing over a stack of letters that have accumulated during her absence. Among them, one particular love letter caught my attention, adorned with a whimsical hand-drawn piano. It's sweet, from what Yua has told me. The orchestra club is tight-knit. Seeming to think the same as me, Yua smiled warmly. At the contest we went to last year, I was shocked at how competitive the other school's clubs were. The club members bickered and argued with each other a lot too. Bro, I just read that as bricked up. I was like, what the fuck what's going on, man? Mama. Our club is totally different. Everyone's really nice and chill. Their visits and gifts are proof of that. I'm waiting for this to get dark as fuck. I want her to stab me. Have I ever talked about the first time I ever had like a crush on someone was when they licked a knife in front of me? It's a crazy story. And this is so deep in the video that even if my friends watch this, they'll never know. They'll never know. You and I chatted and laughed for some time. Seeing her so chipper and healthy looking, my remaining fears about the conversation we needed to have disappeared quickly. I have to do this. I wanted to talk to you about something. Yeah? What is it? I exhaled a nervous breath. I don't know what Yua's reaction to what I'm about to say will be, but you can tell me anything, APOC. We have to talk about it. We can't pretend it never happened. I've been thinking that we should talk about what happened that day. I looked into Yua's eyes, hoping for a hint of understanding. What day? When we were alone back at the classroom, when we talked about breaking up. Oh, hey. Oh, we fucked up. We made a mistake. Hey, go back. The atmosphere in the room shifted, and the music stopped. A moment of silence lingered, and then... Yua? The sudden onslaught of coughs echoed through the room, each more intensified than the last. Well, that's not good. As each cough racked Yua's frail form, dozens of delicate flowers petals fluttered from her lips. Eva heaved and beat on her chest, struggling for breath. I feel cold. Her shoulders shook as she held on to the thin bed sheets on the bed. Quickly, the color left her face, pale, baking, exactly the way Eva was that day at this classroom. Why is this happening? I thought you were getting better. Frantically, I moved to reach for the call button. You know why. You're making me like this. You grabbed my shoulder, forcefully pulling me back to the bed. It's not my fault, man. Staring straight into my eyes, she heaved. People die of this sickness. Last year, about a dozen dropped dead, stuck to tubes and machines in the empty hospital room. Close to her like this, the flower petals stuck to her mouth and chin were clear as day. Purple hydrangeas. Hydrangeas? Exactly like the ones I gave her earlier today, and the previous day, and the previous. Because the ones they loved abandoned them. Because the ones they loved didn't care enough to love them back. It's not true. I care about you. I care about you more than... Because the ones that they loved... Evil, harmful thoughts like that in mind. Breaking up. Why would you want to break up with me now? Do you want to... I didn't say anything about that. That's not what I meant. He was sobbed. You did. You did. You did. You said you want to break up again. Well, if you would just, like, fucking take 5 seconds and hear me the fuck out. That back to what I said moments ago. No, that's not what I... All I didn't ask her was how she felt about what happened. What? You don't love me. Yui's tears broke my heart. I should have never brought up the subject at all. I love you. I love you. Please don't cry. I wanted to call out the fact that she misunderstood me, but her tears at the thought that I don't love her back made me... Liar. Liar, liar. You said you want to leave me. No, you. I love you. I love you. I love you. If Yu doesn't believe our love is mutual, will her condition get worse? Will she end up like those other people who had the disease? Will she... Nobody loves me. I'm all alone. She's so real for that. Mike hates me. My dad hasn't even called, and my friends are liars. Liars, but they gave you all those presents and the letters. Yu's tear-streaked face turned towards me. They're lying. They don't like me. Even before I got here, they said it. They said it. They didn't understand me at all. Not like you do. You're the only one who gets me. The sound of Yu's anguish filled in my heartbreaking wall cut through the air. I sat by Yu's side, my hand resting on her shoulder. No matter how much I tried to offer her words of comfort, she would not stop crying. I reached a point where I found myself about to cry as well. I didn't know what to do. Uh-oh. What's going on here? The door behind us creaked and someone came in. Yu, sweetie, calm down. The nurse ran to Yu's side. I don't know what she won't... You've done enough. Please leave. She gazed at me sternly. I don't want to leave Yu like this, but I don't hate you. Wah. Wah. Cry about it. Sorry. Bach hates me. Despite the growing number of hospital staff rushing in to assist, the distress escalated. More nurses and doctors entered the room. The nurse's stern gaze lingered on me. A directive to step back and allow the professionals to take charge. Reluctantly, I retreated. Nah, don't back up now. You in that shit right now. Mike's advice was terrible. What I was doing was perfect. You was getting better. We're better off looking after and listening to each other without anyone getting in between. I was wrong. I'm the only one you has. We have always been classmates. Our friend groups were different. We didn't have any common interests. For a long time, Mike and you were familiar names I heard mostly during the morning roll call. Where is it? It's a rainy day, April we met. I had forgotten the keychain one of my friends had given me as a souvenir from one of their trips. It was a silly, somewhat messy-looking duck keychain. I know who would like that. Made of cheap material, the colors were already fading off from a few days of use. Cute. I did a double take as I approached my desk. Paralyzed to the spot, I wondered how to approach the person who was now holding my lost keychain. I knew Mike as the smart, cool, and quiet person who was infamous for making our classmates cry. Not because they were mean, but because they rejected numerous confession attempts. My man is popular. Damn. I suppose there was something attractive about their mysterious character. I couldn't see it. I'd never seen a yellow one with a purple beak before. So cute. Colorful. I continued to inspect the duck keychain in their hands and smile gently. You get your grubby little fucking mitts off those. Alright, that's mine. That was a surreal sight. This was the same person who was infamous for being cool, collected heartbreaker. Heartbreaker! Giggling over a duck. I mustered the courage to speak up, breaking the silence that hung between us. You good, dog? Hey, Mike. That's, mine. I must have dropped it. Thanks for finding it. Mike looked up, their expression shifting from amusement to shock. Since when have you been there? Since the, giggling? You fucking maniac. That's enough dots, bro. Mike puts their hands on their face and made a bizarre noise. Sorry. You didn't make that noise? When they took their hand out, I could see a flush of pink on their cheeks. Motherfucker, get that shit out of my face. I'm the ducks. I just appreciate the diversity in the animal kingdom, that's all. Ducks happen to be a part of it. You know what else is animal? You, Mike. You. I couldn't help but find Mike's discomfort endearing. I had stumbled upon a secret they never intended to share. You know, it's just one of those things. Ducks have their charm. You know, this guy reminds me of someone that I know that likes ducks. It's like his username was like Duck Lover 2000 or something. It's crazy. Do you have like a favorite duck? Wood ducks. God damn. What a king. Mike, we have to get going. Wow. Fucking warriors. Wow. I wasn't even Mario. I'm sorry. And that's when you appeared. Another duck keychain. Don't you already have like 24 at home? You will shut up. You stupid bit. I'm sorry. Dozens, that's quite the collection you got going. Shut up. You made a duck friend, Mike. Stop it. You've said too much. Did you talk about how our bathtub is full of plastic? Damn! TMI, come on, you're embarrassing your boy. I'll kill you. Real? I wish a girl would say that to me. With a knife in hand. As we developed deeper into the barrier. Fuck, man. Holy banter. It became way clear that Mike was indeed a closet duck enthusiast. What a gentleman. What a man. What a fucking king he is for that. Despite their attempts to downplay it. Back then, Yo was much more shy, and would stutter and blush over every single thing. Kind of like I stutter every fucking sentence, man. So much in common we do. The confidence that Yua has today is new, something she seemed to have built slowly as the season passed that year. Yua was just my new friend's sister. Our relationship was nothing special. But Yua finally turned to me. Her words were puzzling. Beef stroganoff. Stroganoff. No, I'm sorry. That's not beef stroganoff. Excuse me? Don't mind her. That's just a thing Yua does for luck. I'm in love with, honestly. I need me a girl that will yell beef stroganoff. The room seemed to be brightened as her eyes finally locked and her lips started to utter another enigmatic phrase. Let me guess, Cookie Monster. Honey syrup pancakes. She's got that cursed tongue then. You blurted out a seemingly random phrase and Mike sighed. What a queen. And it unsuccessfully disguised her embarrassment. Mike poked Yua's cheek, rolling their eyes. Saying the name of food Yua likes when talking to new people was something she did a lot, even to cashiers and teachers. Okay. Now, that's a little weird, doing it to like random people in the middle of, like, could you imagine at fucking checkout, you're checking out like a fucking banana and you just call it beef stroganoff and the cashier just has to sit there and think you're retarded. And then your whole day is ruined, man. Watching the twins bicker, I felt like I could get along with them. Oi, what are you laughing at, mate? Sorry, I didn't mean to. Mike was protective of Yua. The first couple of conversations we had, it felt like they were testing me. Don't laugh at me. Yua stammered as her cheeks flushing with embarrassment. I'll laugh all I want. Sorry, I just thought that is it's just, you're cute. Damn. And that's where it all began. That's how I met your mother. Huh? Breathe, Yua. Breathe. Whoa. Put in the mic. Yua fell for me that day. Dude, I called it. Didn't mean to tease you. It's okay. I don't know what she saw in me during that interaction, but I can't say I wasn't interested in the siblings. From that day on, Mike and I began to talk a lot, mostly about their beloved ducks. Soon, Yua started to join our little circle too. To think it all started with a cheap knockoff keychain. After getting kicked out of the room, I wandered around until I found myself at the hospital's cafeteria. My appetite was non-existent. A heavy weight of guilt settled in my stomach, making even the thought of food unappealing. I walked to the food counter, but didn't pick up a tray. Everything looked behind, bland and unappetizing. What are you getting today? No, I've been waiting for like another option to fucking say until next time. But this is getting too damn long. We're like 52 minutes in, man. I think we're just going to save here. And, you know, we're going to save this for a part 2. Yeah, I had more fun with this than I thought. Odd novel, honestly. But I've been told to read because of my voice. So I'll probably be doing more of that. If you guys have any other recommendations for games or visual novels, whatever you would like to see, just put that down in the comments and I'll go ahead and play those for you. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope I brightened up your day a little bit. There's just not enough chefs in the kitchen in my life, and we're cooked.